all this rhetoric you see coming out of the White House is going to backfire on them. Because people on the right are already starting to not like how things are going. The only people that are happy about this are the hardcore MAGA. And this is who they're trying to ramp up to do violent things, and you probably will see some of those because they've been waiting for the right reason to feel validated to go out and do this. But guess what? That's living in America. That's living in the America that they're okay with, right? They send their kids out there going, well, if you don't come back, that's the price we got to pay. Okay? We've all lived in that, but we have to keep showing up to fight that very idea. Now, there are people on the right other than MAGA that are waking up to this, that are very uncomfortable with what's going on. Not to mention, they think the economy sucks, they hate the tariffs, they're upset about the Epstein files still. Some of them think what happened in Utah has to do with Epstein files, so that has them more concerned about the administration or the elite or something. They think something's going on there because, you know, they're a very conspiracy theory oriented group. So they have all that going on. Israel's a big concern of theirs, which is fantastic for us because they are waking up to Israel as being a terror state, right? And that's being pushed around. Candace Owens is sure helping that happen. So all this stuff they're doing is going to backfire on them, right? Now JD Prance is saying, dox them all, get them all. That looks very authoritarian, and I've seen people leave over there saying, I didn't vote for someone that was going to try and be a dictator. I know you think they knew that, but they did not know that. Okay, they live in a very different world. They see very, manipulated, carefully structured type of clips and filters of the way they see everything. Their algorithm is entirely different than ours. They think a saint passed because those are the clips they saw of him. I had someone that liked him that was showing my sister, but look at all the good. And like, we went, look at that. And they went, I never heard that. Okay. So they're grieving what they think was a great person. And on that side, they are always taught stranger danger. They are taught Democrats want to hurt them and their families, like to the point of them not being alive. So this happening reconfirmed their fears, and then the celebrating right, wrong, good, bad, reaffirmed those things. So for that group of MAGA that were really devoted to him and to Trump and stuff, this is very triggering. So let it lie. Don't go engaging in those conversations right now. It just would be inappropriate because they are mourning the version of someone they thought that they were. Okay? And let it be. Let it be. It will pass. But them seeing them act like this, the rest of them, and the stuff with Israel, and them still fighting the Epstein stuff, it is breaking apart over there. Like, we're having friends that were hardcore MAGA, that not in my wildest dreams, that are like 80, that have always consistently, they're in the Mormon cult, they have consistently voted this way. Like, I didn't think anyone could get through. About 6 months ago, I heard him screaming that Fauci should go to double H toothpicks because he's worse than the mustache man. And I was like, oh, fake God. But, she called my mom the other day and said, Trump's evil. He's a liar. I hope there's never another Republican president. That was said. I just started crying. Because I know it's breaking apart. This is what I study. This is what I teach. I get messages from these people. I hear it all the time. You guys message me with your stories. You make videos about it. And it isn't just, conservatives. There are MAGA that are leaving. They're seeing these people taken that they thought were just going to be criminals. They see their friends' businesses destroyed because all of their employees are now gone. People that have been there for 20 years. There's all sorts of ways that it's happening. And they're starting to get paperwork in the mail that says, you get nothing. Remember all the care and help you're getting? You get nothing. Like Willy Wonka and the chocolate, whoever. Yeah, Willy Wonka. You get nothing. And they're going, really? Then you're going to get nothing. So leave them be. Stop antagonizing. Stop fighting, because all you're doing is reaffirming them to a place where they're going to be terrified. Part of if they really hyper overreact to this, Well, when they saw people celebrating someone that they thought was a good person, and they have been taught consistently that we want to hurt them, it's not an unreasonable thing that they may do. Okay? That's the reality of it. We have to accept responsibility for that. You know, what you put out in public, you may get back. So, like I said, there's no judgment if you were celebrating. But doing it online, then you don't understand cults and you don't understand blowback. This can easily move through if we stop talking about it. Okay? And stop fighting with them and trying to make them wrong for feeling sad. Like, because that's just the way it is. Because they saw a curated version of him. Okay, so just have to keep going. We just have to stick together. We just have to win more than we lose. The mission has not changed. And I told you, no matter what they throw at us, the mission doesn't change. But every time they throw this at us, it just shows me how scared they are. Look at what the last 2 months have been like for them. The National Guard looked like a joke. The crime, and then mulching. You gotta get out there and mulch, everybody. They saw that. They were like, what? That was an expensive way to be a janitor, right? We're headed to Chicago because the women there are screaming for my help. Oh, just kidding. Memphis. I'm going to Memphis. Okay? Pushback works. And they are seen for who he is, and they are scared of us. They're scared about the Epstein file, so this was the perfect opportunity to ramp it up and try and make everyone look like the bad guy. But they also will go, well, gosh, if you guys can do that, what if the other side starts to do that? Like when they get in power. I've heard some of them say that, like, I don't like all these executive orders. I don't like the way he's handling this. And if we give him all that power, because they do think they're going to lose in midterms, make no mistake. They absolutely think they're going to get crushed in midterms. So they're like, if he does all this, then what are they going to do to us? So there's a lot going on over there on the right. So chin up, sugar butts. Get your menace kits together. I'm going to do videos on that. But stop talking about what happened. Stop making people wrong for whatever, like on the right. If they're showing emotion, that's normal. Let it be. Don't lean into the stranger danger stuff. We don't need that. We don't need that. We have a big protest coming up, and you know, there's probably going to be some scuffles. Well, less scuffles will happen if we stop antagonizing and stop shoving it in their face, because they're in pain, because they're humans, and they are fed propaganda. Okay? Chin up, sugar butts.